Hi. Hi. Hello. I'm Caleb. Caleb Tiefling. You might know me from lots of projects like the Ineffable SMP. Also, I'm the DM for Aspen Grove, campaign done on Sunday nights on my Twitch channel. You might also know me from being a player in a few other D&D experiences that I do with my friends. It's pretty fun. But yeah, uh, I wanted to do more YouTube videos, and I figured best way to start that would be to just do it. So something in 2024 that I started doing, and I really started to enjoy, is I started reading a bit more, which I know doesn't sound like a lot, but I was kind of proud of it. So I read books, all thanks to my roommate, Alicia, who got me reading like actual novels. And then I just started like recording my collection just to see how much I could read in a year. So yeah, we're here. It's a new year. I'm gonna tell you what I read. I read a total of I think I read 29 books, which is very not a lot in comparison. Since I was inspired to do this from a lot of like book talk YouTubers, which I like following because I like to feel like I read a lot more than I do. But like one of the book talk YouTubers I was watching, she read like over 200 books this year. And I was like, how do you do that? I read like 28 or 29. That's insane. Anyway, most of these books I read this year were recommended to me by either my lovely roommate or my partner, who will probably be joining me later to finish this video. Yes, I guess I want to get started on the books that I can. Here, let's swap over. Hey, this is just a spoiler warning. If you want to read any of the books that I'm going to rate, please do. A lot of them are very good. So, yeah, spoilers if you want to read them. Ta-da! This is the list. These are the book covers of most of the ones I read on my own. I think most of this, like, reading journey started when my roommate, they were like, hey, I'm reading this book series. It was called The Husky and the White Cat, and they absolutely hated it. They couldn't understand why it had such a big fandom, but they had been gifted a lot of the books, so that's why they were reading them. And I said, and I thought I was so much cooler, I said, it cannot be that bad. Let me take a try. So I picked up the first volume of Husky and White Cat, and I started to just read it. I think I made it 10 or 11 chapters in before I realized that the book was just bad. Like, it was just a bad book. Like, I am not gonna lie, it was just a bad book. I'm gonna put this in the drop section, with also the disappointed label, because it was bad. Like, I don't understand what kind of plot they were going for. It was just, like, miserable in a horrible way. It was a miserable experience to read. The protagonist, or, like, the main character, he's not likable, which I found interesting. Anyway, after that, I decided to pick up a book that Alicia, or Logical Pine, really really liked, and they told me that if I wanted to start reading any of the books that I should start with the Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation. So now, if you know, you know, that series is it's insane, to say the least. So I'm gonna go through it. So starting with the first volume of Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation, I think I'm probably gonna put it into just very good, would recommend, because it is a very good opening book. It got me into the series, and it got me wanting to read the second one. The second book was a lot of backstory, if I remember correctly. It was a lot of setup and stuff, and for that reason, I'm probably gonna put it in good, but I probably won't read again. It was very good. I'm very happy I read it. Okay, so then with the third one, I will say, the third book with the oh god, I don't remember what it's called, but that was the Graveyard, the arc. This one I think was probably one of the first books that definitely changed my brain chemistry. I think it was at book 3 was when I started to be all like, oh shit, okay, here we go. The mystery that they had kind of built up in the previous book, they really started to follow through with this. I will say I love me a good supernatural mystery. That one was so good. I'm going to do number 4 now. Number 4, I'm going to also put in very good, would recommend, because if remembering correctly, this was the, oh god, I think book 4 was actually the one I remember the least. Oh no. But I will say book 5 Um, I'm putting it in change my brain chemistry immediately because my lovely, lovely, lovely roommate, Logical Pine, they gave me a fair warning when this book started, and I needed it. I will say I did need the warning. It was it was different. Oh fuck! Wait, I do remember what happened in book 4. Never mind. That was great. That was changing my brain chemistry. Hold on, because in book 4, sorry, I'm going back and forth. I've had ADHD. I'm doing this. That was a lot of their backstory. That was their first kiss and all that. It was a lot of firsts in book 4, if I remember incorrectly. Yes, it was very good. I will say book 5 definitely changed my brain chemistry. That it messed me up. It was such a good ending to the series while also making me want more. And I think that that's what a good series does. Like, it was a very good ending. I just added a new one. It's because I forgot. This was another book that I did read. Well, I started to read. I will say this one also has to go in the dropped category. Do you want to try and pick it up again? I did start reading Heaven's Official Blessing after I finished Monocultivation because I really do enjoy MDX's writing. I don't know their pronouns, so I'm going to use they. Hopefully that's okay. They are an amazing author. After reading Demonic Cultivation, I wanted more. And so I picked up Heaven's Official Blessing since that was another one. But Heaven's Official, I tried to read it. I got up just about halfway through volume 1 before I decided to drop it. And that was honestly for the sole reason that I really wanted to read other things. Like, it didn't draw me in as much as I wanted it to. Maybe I'll move it up to disappointed. Like, I want there to be more. And there probably is. I mean, I think there's like 17 books in the Heaven's Official Blessing series. It's crazy like that. But yeah, I will probably be returning to it at some point. Maybe in 2025 at the end. Maybe in 2026 when I do a video again about reading. Maybe I would have read it by then. Because I love the artwork. I love the main, like, Hucha, I believe his name is. I guess how you pronounce it? He's the Phantom. He's great. I love him. He's great. But the reason why I didn't finish that is because, well, I also got Heaven's Official Blessing. I also got myself the first book of Thousand Autumns, which, honestly, I hadn't even really seen recommended to me when I got into it. But I saw that it was like an enemies to lovers kind of story, and I also looked at the couple on the cover, and like, okay, I know that like, oh, this is Google Books. Oh, sure, this works. Look at this cover. This is the most old men yaoi ever, and it is 100% just old men yaoi, and I love it. They really do such a good job building Mushi as a villain, and Shen is. I know he's supposed to be, like, a good character, like, he's naturally a good character, but, like, some of the things he does are, like, so, like, I think he believes he is good, and because he does, so does everybody else, but some of the things he does is so questionable, it's crazy. But, okay, we're judging this one book at a time. I haven't actually finished the Thousand Autumn series yet, because I got into it. I think I didn't start reading it till, like, the summer, so. And there were a couple of months when I didn't read anything at all because, you know, I have a life. But I will put book 1 up into... Yeah, I'll put book 1 into Jane My Prime Chemistry because that was... Book 1, solid book. Really good read. A little bit questionable, a little bit evil, but I kind of like it like that, you know? I love it when my bad guys are a little bit vicious. Alright, I'm going to do book 2. Book 2 is going in good, but I probably won't read again. And that is fully because book 2 is when they start to set up the more political side of their adventuring thing. It's something about this author is something about this author though, they struggle to write politics, and a lot of A Thousand Autumns is politics with side characters, but I feel like none of the side characters have a personality that is defining enough to like help carry the story, and whenever Wuxi and Shen are not together, the story comes to a crawl, and it is exhausting to get through. But the reason why I still stuck with this series is because of how good the characters of Shen and Wuxi are written. You could really tell the author put so much love into their main leads that it does feel, and also to like their world and the world building, their descriptions of food and like, exploration, and how like war has like hurt the country and how physically like the places look. But when it comes to like meeting the other NPCs, you're like, okay, well, damn. It's definitely, book 3 had a really good, book 3 suffers from the same thing. However, book 3 messed me up. I'll put it in would recommend. Or do I want to put in my brain? Did it change my brain chemistry? I would say it did. Book 3 was very good. Really changed the vibe of the story. Because for the first half, it was Wuxi taking care of Shen at his weakest point. And in book 3, we swap, where Shen is now taking care of Wuxi when Wuxi is at his weakest. And that was so interesting. Like, the swap of dynamic like that was crazy. Like, I don't think, like, I wasn't expecting it. And that's what I think, like, shocked me so much. Because we get to see this entirely different side of Yan Wuxi that we didn't get to see for the rest of the other 2 books. And it really dragged me deeper into the book. I'm currently reading book 4. I'm very much enjoying it, because now we're getting to the part when they're actually developing their romantic relationship. I'm not finished it yet, though, so that's why it's not on the writing list. But yeah, the rest of it is, as you could probably see, mostly manga and comics. I'm going to be going through this part with Dante. So I'm going to go get him, and we'll continue reading this in a little bit. Okay. Hi, this is Editing Caleb. So when I was editing, I originally had these filmed in 2 parts. One where I was alone talking about these books that you just watched, and then a second part with Dante. But when we actually sat down and recorded it, the unedited version ended up being almost 2 hours long. I managed to edit down part of it, however, there's still a lot left to do. So I figured, why not? Let's end it here, since I figured this is a good place to end it. But yeah, if you want to, please subscribe to my channel here. I'm going to be hopefully making more YouTube videos, like I said at the beginning. Also, if you're interested, please subscribe to Rule of Cool. It's a new D&D sort of collab channel that my friend Jag and I are kind of doing together. We're also planning on having some other friends on there eventually at some point in the future. 2025 is going to be a big like content year for everybody. So yeah, like give everybody some love. You'll see my socials linked in the description below, as well as links to all of the music, and also places where you can look into checking out these books for yourself. Yeah, so I think that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching if you made it this far. Part 2 will go up probably within a week or so, hopefully. We'll see if I can hold myself to that. Alright, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!